Hello, this is MD Jeweler. I'm going to show you a demo on the ArgoCD for the Kubernetes cluster. So before going to the actual demo, let us discuss something about like Docker, Kubernetes, and ArgoCD. What are the things we are going to use for this demo? So here you can see, like I have mentioned that three things, right? So let's start with the Docker. And here, Docker, I have given some introduction of the Docker. I have written some points over the Docker. So like Docker is nothing but it's a kind of platform that providing us for the containerization, our applications. Like before, if we go before some years back when the Docker was not introduced, so that time we are facing problem on the deployment side, right? So like the application was working on the one system in the development, like a developer system is very easily and it's working fine. But it's when it's going for the stage or going for the test or going for the prod section, like it will be, it was giving a very much problem, right, for that. So because the dependencies will be was one dependency containing like some other system will be not may not be that have that kind of dependencies. So that kind of thing like the uh, creating an issue of the deployment of the application. So Docker cleared like Docker when the Docker introduced, so that all that issues have been solved because Docker can contain the code and runtimes, what are the libraries, what are the dependencies you can store into the Docker, and then you can say in the Docker file as a code to other system, and then just start the container and then right. I'll start the like as an image you can store it and then from there you can create a container, right? And then it will be easily run, right? So consistency here, you can see at some point I have mentioned. So consistency is nothing but so as I mentioned that it will be like whenever it will be sent to from test to stage or deployment or prod, whatever the server, whatever the environment you are sending, like there will be consistency will be there because it's contain the code, randoms, and all the libraries and dependencies, right? So there will be very less chance to failing the things. So application is not going to run from the developer machines and run from the tester machines and run from some staging machines and all, right. That will be like problem will be solved using this and they'll be maintaining the consistency over there. So isolation in the sense like suppose you are using a single system and where you are running the multiple containers. So that will be not a problem for the container if you create multiple containers over there because Docker contains an isolation file system. So there is isolation file system in the sense like there will be the when the containers will be created. No, there will be the cell file system will be like totally different. It will be isolated from one container to another container. So that will be not any problem of the containers. If you create 10 containers, 20 containers, whatever you want. So portability in the sense like you can easily migrate from your on-prem to cloud, any cloud, whatever cloud you want, you can like AWS, Azure, or GCP. And microservices in the sense like a big application divided into single parts, right? Chunks of like parts like login system for the one part and the database is another part, like and you can say the engine is another part. So all the parts uh, can uh, can be like hosted on the different containers, right? So that's why, like in case of microservices, Docker is very much important thing. So now if we are going to the Kubernetes, so Kubernetes is nothing but it's a orchestration tools, right? It will be continuously orchestrating the containers, what are the containers you have created. That it will be continuously checking that container state and it's running or not. And some also you can like easily you can deploy the things, right? And suppose that you need for your application need more like need to scale up the pods like for the faster access the application or the high availability. So that time, what will happen? It will be like we can easily scale it up and scale it down, right? So that kind of things will be there for the Kubernetes cluster. We can do it very easily. And self-healing, there is a one option like suppose there is some problem with the issue is happening on the pod. So it will be like by himself only it will be clear the issue and it will be like if at all not working, then it will be created, delete that pods and it will be automatically created new pods. So the application will be always in high availability in terms of right. The application is not going to down. So now let us discuss about something about the ArgoCD. So ArgoCD is nothing but it's a GitOps tool, right? Continuous delivery tool. So like whatever things you are doing on the like suppose you have written some application and you have your Kubernetes cluster application is written has been like deployment has been written in the YAML format, right? That YAML format has been uh, taken to your like you have stored that application step to your graph repository or any other repository, right? So that repository, whatever state in the sense like whatever, if you wish, like I want to, uh, this application should be one replica, then keep it that application single replica, right? Because that continuous delivery tools, this ArgoCD is continuously monitoring that your GitHub or any other repository, and if anything changes over there, suppose one replica I have pushed right over there, I stored for my application a single replica. So now I want two replicas, three replicas of pods. So at that time, what will happen? You can just close the code and you can push it, right? And then obviously it will be automatically, as we said, that's the continuously monitoring over there. So automatically it will be take that code and it will be synced with the application and your application. There will be like three, four codes and it will be like high availability. So that's a very easily we can do that by using the Argo CD. And there is a multi-cluster support like uh, there is a like suppose you have created a Argo CD for the single one cluster and you can easily use that ArgoCD for another cluster also. So multiple cluster support at a time. And application synchronization in the sense that I mentioned that like whatever the changes will be there in the GitHub repository or any other repository, so uh, that will be automatically taken by the Git Argo CD and then it will be like sync. Or you can do it manually or you can automatically sync. It will be option also will be there. So that will be like sync with your current application. So whatever you want to do. Now, RBAC integration, like in the sense of RBAC integration, like you can easily integrate the what is said, like different users for the different permissions. Suppose there are multiple users using the Argo CD, so which kind of permission you want to provide to different user, that kind of thing you can do by using the Argo CD. Okay. So now let us move to the our actual demo and let's see how exactly this is working, right?